Hey y'all, hey, let me see which camera is recording. Okay, is that one that's recording? I'm doing a test trial, you guys. I look very light on here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to be watching the Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you guys get to see my reaction. Because this was, but y'all know I love Mary being on here anyway. So let's just see. Let me get my phone holder. My water bottle. And let's see about this show. Y'all, let me see about this show. And what I'll do is I'll occasionally turn this old camera around so y'all can see everybody. So let's get ready. Okay, what am I eating? I'm eating a sushi rice bowl. I know this lighting is not the best, but listen, we're here for reactions anyway. So
remember?
My responsibility.
This is a responsible husband. Let me pause it. Todd said out of the 10 years, he is putting Bronwyn on public blast. And I like it. Not because I want Bronwyn to be on blast, but it shows that Tom is a good, real husband. He ain't fronting for these cameras. Todd said, listen, you ain't never did this in the 10 years that I've seen you behave like this. And then when she said, he told her you were screaming, and she was like, you thought I was screaming? He said, not thought, I was there. So he like, you ain't even gonna lie on camera. I like it. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Todd. Tell her.
Work out, but when it's you and someone else, my ass better ride your dick like it's my job.
And he still got the hands crossed.
Nothing. And actually,
You ruined a perfectly nice afternoon.
Woo!
I ruined it?
You! Todd say you ruined a perfectly good afternoon. If that ain't a good husband, I know some women gonna look at this and be like, why did he out his wife like that on a public platform? If the cameras was rolling, Todd gonna be Todd. He ain't gonna change who he is. He is letting her know her fault. I think a husband should do that. Let her know. He told her you ruined it. He didn't say your friends ruined it. He said you ruined it. Todd, I'm with you on this. What do you think, man?
Yep.
That's what I think.
Right.
Todd is right.
I guess you did what you thought was right. I've just never seen you act that way, and frankly, it's not very becoming for you.
Yes, Todd. Yes. Todd said you shouldn't do that. It ain't becoming of you. And pick up his cracker.
Why it goes that way? Like they all yell.
No.
They all call each other dumb bitches.
That's what they do, Bronwyn.
And I don't know how to interact in that scenario.
Leave.
Yes, Todd. One answer. Leave. Woo.
Leave with your dignity.
Leave with your dignity.
Todd's approval means a lot to me.
Todd, you're absolutely right.
Todd's approval might mean everything to me.
It does mean everything. Bronwyn, let me talk to you a minute. Here's the thing. Wives have a hard time hearing the husband's truth when the husband is really being truthful. I know it sounds harsh, Bronwyn. I know. I can sympathize with you. However, I don't want you to fail to realize that what Todd is doing right now, he's really building you up to be a better person in every circumstance that you're in. He is letting you see that you're not going to put this on somebody else. You're not going to be able to say they did it or they made me do it. What Todd is doing is what every husband should do. He is making you open your eyes to what you did. He's not even talking about the other people. Todd is talking about what you did, because we can't change other people. But what we can do is be a better version of ourselves. And I love that. It's harsh. It sounds harsh. And many people be like, oh, how dare he? But let me tell you what a good husband will do. Get you all together. All the way together. Not you can't blame your friends on this one, Bronwyn. You cannot blame your friends. Nope. Todd's not going to have it. And that's a good man to do that. Because you, Bronwyn, are going to be the one that's out in these other settings, and he don't want you to behave the way you did. Like he said, I never in 10 years saw you act like that. So what he's doing is he's canceling that behavior before it gets to the next episode. Todd's like, fix it right now. I love it. What you think?
What a man's supposed to do.
Come on now, that's what a man's supposed to do, Bronwyn.
Wrong is wrong and right is right.
Wrong is wrong and right is right. That's what hubby said. Wrong is wrong, Bronwyn, and right is right. But he doing it in love. I know it don't feel like love right now, Bronwyn, but it's love. Todd loves you. Because otherwise he'll just be like, whatever. Just let her do what she want to do and let the cameras catch it and let my lawyer see it and I'll be gone. But no, Todd is doing, he's saying, fix it. Because he loves you and he want to stay with you another 10, 20, 30 years. But he don't want you to behave like that, because if he don't address it now, when he get around some of these other big wigs after you get off this show, you might still want to have that same attitude because you got away with it on the show. Todd's like, no, we got bigger fish to fry out here, Bronwyn. We ain't doing that. Bravo, Todd. Bravo. Kudos. And hats off to Todd. Let's see what else we got. Let me tell you, Todd gave a whole sermon up in here. Todd, we need to put a pastor collar on you. Now he made her feel the way she should feel. She feel guilty for her behavior, not mad at the ladies for their behavior. Come on, Todd, talk to her. She's now realizes you can't walk around this house being mad at the ladies. Todd said, I'm going to get you together so that you can understand you're wrong. You can't be acting up in this house because, listen, we're going to go into other houses and we can't be blaming other folks. Get yourself together. And he said, you cannot allow them to pull you into their sewage. You can't allow them to do that. And he is absolutely verifiably right. I love this conversation. I'm going to put this man on replay. And Bronwyn, I know you feel bad. I know you feel sad. I know you be unhappy. And I know you embarrassed. But girl, that's a man you got right there. He helping you. Words, baby.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Oh, words of affirmation, Bronwyn. Your man love you, girl. Get over your feelings now, because he gonna help you. He gonna help you to get to the better stage of it. Like he said,
the better you.
The better you. That's what he'll be saying. The better you. Don't let him pull you in, Bronwyn. Don't let him do it. Gather yourself. You have realized. You have come to reality. And we're going to move forward in a better you. Bravo. 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 Yes, Todd. Let's keep going. What we got here? I love
Todd
it.
is not in privately show them either.
No, Bronwyn. Bronwyn, stop that. You are not holding accountability. What Todd is saying is not that he don't want you to show your public emotions. He wants you to be better at how you show your public emotions. It's not that he don't want you to show your private emotions or public emotions. He wants you to get a better handle on it, girl. Stop being with this guilt and acting like now you got to be silent. That's not what he's saying. What he's saying is be a better version of you and how you communicate so that it does not destroy your integrity, even while you're among these girls who are doing things that are trying to tear you down. You can't come off your chariot and throw tomatoes like Mariah said. You can't do that, girl. You have to stay on your chariot. Girl, come on now, Brahman. Don't try and flip this and twist it. That's not what Todd is saying. He is not saying you cannot have a voice or show your emotions. That's not what he's saying. Oh, come on.
Look, I'm going to this brunch with all of them. It feels like a lot for me to go in there knowing Heather is upset with me. Lisa and I ended in a weird spot.
Maybe it's time to cowboy up, as they say, and change.
Cowboy up and change, Bronwyn. Yoo-hoo! Cowboy up and change,
I
girl.
ended in a good place with Bron.
I liked our
before I left the
conversation.
trip. Like, I'm glad
we
for
had a
that. I'm not
full-side
denying that. But I know I was a good friend to you too. Like I know I'm not about
worried,
myself.
Lisa.
No, but I wouldn't feel good about
Okay,
myself
Heather
if I
and
weren't being a good friend to you too.
Lisa talking.
I don't want to be in the middle of Bronwyn and Heather, but Bronwyn put me in that position when she kept wanting me to speak for Heather. And like, I'm glad that Bronwyn and I got to a better place before we left Palm Springs. And I'm hoping these two can figure it out.
She's not going to come in to this group of girls where we are foxhole friends. We have been through the fire together, and I've been great places all the time.
I don't think she
doesn't get it. That's fine. I'll teach her. That's fair.
You gonna teach what?
Cheers.
You gonna teach her? Have y'all had these? They're so good. These naan bread. This is a garlic one.
Crispy.
This is a garlic one. It's so good. Have y'all had these while the commercial is on? Let me just run my own commercial. These Stouffer's naan bread, this is a garlic version. They have a plain. They so tasty. This is what Indians use, babe. Can you put this in the toaster, honey? That's so tasty. Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna see what's coming up. I love when husbands can speak to their wives and help their wives to be better doing whatever it is they're going through. Too many times husbands are silent and they're too afraid to say something to their wives because they don't want their wives being mad at them. But when they do that, they leave their wives in a situation to continually to stay in their wrong. And I love that we're seeing this with Todd, that he is having this conversation and he's standing strong in what he's saying and standing firm in what he's saying. I love it. All right, y'all, let's get back. Here we go. Where we at now? So I love this scene. Angie's talking with her dad and they're talking about how they miss their mom. She said that her mom over-medicated with alcohol, and alcoholism in families is a big thing, especially around the holiday season, because sometimes they're dealing with things that they have a hard time coping with, so they want to try and make them diminish or disappear. And so they consume alcohol to really get their mind and their body to rest and not deal with it so much. But in that, Angie's saying her mom passed away when she was 8 years old. And that had to be a lot for Angie to lose her mom at 8. And her dad to lose his wife when his children were so young. And so that grew the bond of Angie and her dad closer together. But you guys, we can't fail to remember also that Angie's dad was dealing with stuff too. Losing his wife, having to be left there with the children. That's a lot. You just have to put this, babe. Put your code in. And just this on. So it's a lot, you guys. It's really a lot that they have to put up with. Sorry, you guys. My husband forgot to turn off the alarm at one of the properties. All right, let's go back to Angie and this conversation. This is real talk. Families go through this. This is real. Dad, he's a good guy. He loves his children.
Since this is your first Get
He
Holiday Ready
loves
sales
his
event, let's
children.
introduce you to the full lineup.
All right, you guys. So let's talk a little bit about that whole thing. Well, that commercial runs. Let me turn. Maybe I should turn on this light back here, you guys. Turn this light on. I love that Angie is having a conversation with her dad about her mom's passing. She misses her mom very much, as I'm sure, you know, a lot of people do. And you know what? It's good that parents and children can come together and talk about sad times and things that they all went through, and understand that it's okay. It's a safe place to have those communications. But it also makes me understand why Angie is a helicopter mom. She cherishes the moments. You got to call Brianna. She cherishes the moment when she is with her daughter, and it means a lot to her. And so I get it now. And sometimes you have to hear a person's story. The one that says new number. Sometimes you have to hear a person's story to be able to understand their life. Oh my goodness. Hello? Clovis is calling you now. I'm online. Oh, you guys. I try and do this stuff and so much interruption. Let's go on with this show, y'all. I'm going to just edit this off. Oh, okay. But back to Angie. I'm glad they're having this type. Now, this is the type of stuff that I think social media needs to show and share, because these are the things that really can impact and help people with real life situations. It's not always about the designer handbags and the beautiful, expensive places that you go, but the free stuff, the conversations, the heartfelt, time that they spend together. That kind of stuff is really, really great to have with one another. So I'm loving this. I'm loving this whole vibe of this whole conversation that Angie and them are having. Y'all tell me, what do y'all think about Angie having a conversation with her dad and her being a helicopter mom? What do y'all think about that? I think it's great that she loves her daughter enough to do that. And now we get a bigger picture of it. But Angie, it still doesn't mean that you can't pull the strings back a little bit, because you also don't want to be one of those moms that your daughter grows up and has resentment for the way you treated her. Even though she may understand, she still has her life that she has to live. So if your daughter is mentioning to you, you're being a little too much, then try and have a conversation with her where y'all can sit down and come to a middle place. Try and do that. All right, so here we go. It's back on. Okay, Bronwyn, let me explain something to you. Although it may sound mean to others, it's curiosity to some. And most people, when they saw you first come on the scene and you told us that there was this age difference between you and Todd, then of course a lot of our minds are going to go to Todd's got to be really rich, and then come to find out he is. And so people are going to automatically think that you're in the marriage for the money. So that's just going to be a given. So if you're not in the marriage for the money, then there's no need for you to be upset, even though you feel as though once you told the world that you're not there for the money, and you think that they should not be upset, you still cannot control people's mindset and their perception. You can still tell your truth, live in your truth. And if people don't accept your truth, then that's on them. You don't have to keep trying to prove your truth to them. You said it. You don't have the prenup. He don't have the prenup. Y'all are happy. You don't have to explain it again. I don't care how many times Heather asked the question. I don't care how many times Heather bring it up. Heather's bringing it up not because she maybe thinks about you. I don't think that is. I think Heather's bringing it up because of what Heather has gone through in her life regarding finances and her divorce. And so sometimes she may not understand why two people, where one has extensive assets, would then marry someone and not protect their assets with that form of a prenup paperwork. Not all couples do that. And if Todd did not do that for you, then bravo for Todd. But people like Heather are going to question it and say what they want. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not condoning it. But I'm simply saying that when they do say it, you don't have to keep having a reply to it. Todd just had this conversation with you at the beginning of this episode. You don't have to go down in the gutter with them. You can still stay on top. You still winning, Bronwyn. You still winning. Ain't no sense in you getting mad because they still questioning about this prenup. Let them live in that anger. Let them live in that being mad. Let them live there. You still got the palace, girl, and the beautiful resorts and all the other places you go, and the beautiful diamond necklaces that you put around your neck, and you still got Todd. So why get upset? Let Heather stay right there. Heather's still dealing with some stuff from her past, from her relationship from the past, from her ex, from the church. Heather's still dealing with that. And Heather has got to get over that. Not you have to entertain her. Ah, my candy. I got to get another one. Okay, here we go. Cannot say something about a trip that you did not attend. Yes, Lisa came back and told you something, but see, this is where things get messy and muddy and not good. I don't like when people try and take a scenario, a one-sided scenario, to somebody who wasn't even in attendance at the event and then try and turn it into something terrible, because two things happen. One, you didn't get the whole entire story. Two, you only got one side. And let me throw a third one in there, Heather. You just now threw Lisa under the bus, through the gates, and down the river again for Bronwyn to be upset with her. So were you trying to think that you doing something good by venting? You are now being a tire track over Lisa, and that's not fair to Lisa. Lisa came to you as a friend and confidence, and you just threw her out there to be attacked by not only Bronwyn, but Todd, because it's going to get back to Todd again. Y'all not being good friends to Lisa, and I don't like it. I don't like Lisa. If I were you, I would only tell my husband stuff. I'd just be a listening ear to all the girls. I would not tell them nothing else, because every time you try and do something out of the kindness of your heart to inform Heather and the other girls, they always switch that stuff and turn it around on you. Lisa, let that be the last time you go in defense of somebody because they taking your kindness for weakness, Lisa. Heather, girl, you wrong.
Cute, Lisa. Cute from me. But can I just say this to you really quick? Bronwyn does care if you guys get along. If you don't believe so, it's fine. My opinion, it matters to her. So
Mary's trying to be the peacemaker. I like that.
Invite me on a group trip. Heather, I said to you, I want you to come. I am planning for you to come. And I even bought you a first-class return ticket. How did you book a ticket for me? Honestly, I asked somebody else for your birthday and your name. And I was confused because not a single person here knows my actual birthday because I've lied to every single one of them.
Oh my God.
When is Heather's birthday? Her birthday's June 29th,
Heather.
but I have no idea what year.
Heather, what is your actual
Heather.
None of your business.
Heather says she has lied to everybody about their birthday. Now, see, how is Bronwyn supposed to do anything for your birthday? And you just said out of your own mouth, Heather, that you have, hello? That you have said out of your own mouth that you now have told everybody the wrong date. How do you expect, Heather, for somebody to do something for your birthday? Did you want to have like 7, 12 different birthdays? Heather, why the secrecy? Why so much of the backdoor stuff? You can't get mad at these girls for not doing something for your birthday and none of them know when your actual birthday is. You're making Whitney look like an angel right now. And Whitney's not supposed to look like the angel.
Goddamn credit card.
Oh! Heather said, well, listen, Bronwyn, if it does not matter where you sit, why'd you sit them and coach and your husband in first class? And Bronwyn's like, it was her credit card. Why are y'all so petty? Y'all went on a fabulous trip on a fabulous plane and y'all still got fault. Finding fault. Do y'all really look at stuff and be like, I am so ungrateful? Do y'all ever look at stuff like that? It's just baffling. Come on, ladies. Y'all can do better than this. Lisa, look at Lisa's face. Lisa, you can do better, Lisa. Come on now. Especially when somebody else is paying for your ticket. And Heather, you are merely upset and trying to add fuel to the fire for Bronwyn because you were not invited. Well, you were actually disinvited on the trip. These shows could be so much more productive in the lives of people if they really stop with all the petty stuff and just be a little more grateful. But then they would get less views. Oh my goodness. Just in time for a commercial, y'all. Commercial. All right, so what do y'all think? Should the ladies have been complaining about the first class seats? I really thought it was a private jet. Wasn't it a private jet? Am I missing it? Which one was it? Y'all let me know in the chat which one it was. Was it the private jet or was this something else? Because that looked like a private jet to me that they went on. That's what I thought. I thought it was a private jet. Isn't every seat on the private jet a good seat? You mean to tell me they got first class seats on the private jet? I thought all the seats were private and luxurious. I don't know, y'all. Funny to me. Heather, I think you should back out of the conversation right now because you're just very upset with Bronwyn. And you're just showing that you're upset because you got left out. And it's not looking cute on you, Heather. It's not. And y'all doing this all in Mary's house.
It doesn't matter where
Angie. Oh, my God. Why would you say that, Angie, right after Mary just gave this beautiful announcement and speech that we need to talk to each other, not at each other, so we can all move on? Mary's speech was so good. And then here comes Angie trying to be the one that takes the icing off the cake and puts it on the floor. Angie, stop it. Or maybe Angie needs to proceed because she did not say what it is she wanted to say. So let's give Angie a chance to say what she's going to say. Here we go, y'all.
with Meredith? I'm sure she does.
We need a Eduardo wine refill for this round.
Okay, come on.
Let's go. I want to move forward with you, but I'm having some unresolved feelings since Palm Springs with this whole podcasting with Sean.
Sean was wrong for the podcasting
trying to deal
comment.
with an unresolved issue that had never been addressed before.
Okay.
And I just wanted to just feel a level of resolve because this is about my child.
Leave the children out of it.
If
That's
something were
right.
concerning Electra, I know you would feel the same.
Right.
The problem for me came in that you started going backwards into all this stuff, and I don't want to go backwards. If we want to go backwards, it's not going to be pretty for anybody.
Whoa, there she go. There go Meredith casting her threats. Y'all do not want to deal with Meredith and her threats. One thing I do have to say, I don't agree that Sean should have ever mentioned or insinuated anything that had to do with Meredith's son. I think that was wrong, even though he don't see himself as being wrong. We could still see him as being wrong. I see him as being wrong because the insinuation had to do with her son. Now, he wants to talk all day regarding Meredith. He can talk all day about Meredith, but he should not have in any way spoken anything in reference to Meredith's children. That's not right. And I'm sure, like Meredith is saying, if they would have said anything about Angie's daughter, that he would come as a defensive father, like Meredith is coming as a defensive mother and has something to say about it. I think some of these people, when they do some of these things or they say some of these things or they're sitting in these podcasters, they're not really comprehending at the time that their mouth is running some of these words, the offense and attack that they have on people that are not part of the cast. Mary is a mess, y'all. Mary, watching these shows sometimes can be exhausting. I watch them because I try and see some form of good, some form of what I can learn from, some form of what I don't want to do. But these women can be exhausting. And it's sad. They got so much. They have so much materially, family-wise, career-wise, friendship-wise, and yet they cannot find a way to be happy all the time in each other's presence. This is exhausting, draining, and ridiculous. No wonder society has a hard time trying to get along with each other and communicate well with one another. If this are the examples we have to look to, That's why on the Juice Radio and Talk Show, we got to find more stuff that's going to keep us positive, uplifted, and loving and kind. There is so much going on. Oh my gracious. Y'all tell me in the comment section what y'all thought about this episode. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I got to go find me an aspirin. They too much for me. They're too much. It's just too much. It's way too much. I got to go take a nap. I'll see y'all on the next one, the next review. Figure out what I'm going to be eating on that one. Bye, y'all.